The Elite Four, Titans of Power. Your path to become the absolute pinnacle of a Pokemon trainer, it goes through them. They are the ones who decide who gets to be the best, like no one ever was. They are the gatekeepers of the Pokémon world. Originally based on the four heavenly kings of Buddhist lore, the guardians of the four cardinal directions. Beings who are tasked with a divine purpose to protect against negative influences, maintain the cosmic order of the universe, and support legitimate kings and righteous rulers. As a kid, I always thought the Elite Four was such a cool concept in the Pokemon world. The four strongest trainers in the world, masters of their craft, and the gatekeepers for your path to becoming champion. You have to go through them before you can even be in that conversation. And as the years have gone on, that intrigue in the Elite Four has only increased over the years, as these guys are essentially the Yonko of the Pokemon world. They're the four pillars of heaven. These guys are the four kings of the Pokemon world. They are symbols of power, symbols to aspire to. They are symbols of tradition and what the region means overall. And today I want to talk about that for a second, because what is good, folks, and welcome back. And today on Sage Thoughts, let me talk to y'all about the aura of the Elite Four. But real quick, if this seems like the type of content y'all might like, be sure to hit that like button and hit that sub button down below. And hit me up in the comments down below and let me know if this is the type of yap session y'all might want to see more of. This sort of short form yap session content that I can kind of crank out a bit more of, because I'm going in without a script on this one. This is just off the scuff. So be sure to let me know down below if y'all like this, and let me know what's y'all's favorite Elite Four lineup. What's y'all's favorite Elite Four in the games? But for now, we must get on with the show. So Sage, hit that title. The first thought that always came to mind when I think of the Elite Four as symbols of power has been the Pokemon Adventure manga, because within that looks at the Elite Four as a potential threat to the Pokemon world. Four powers that, if they wanted to, they could bring down a region by themselves. Because in the manga, the Kanto Elite Four of Lance, Lorelei, Agatha, and Bruno, they are the bad guys in the final arc of the adventure manga of Kanto. In this arc, their main plan is to bring down the Pokemon world, to bring humanity down because of their abuses of Pokemon and their pollution of the environment. And right off the bat, they show that they are not playing games by taking out Pokemon Trainer Red, who had just in the previous arc become the champion and is well known to be the most powerful trainer in the region. They were able to take him out without much struggle. And throughout the arc, nobody is able to keep up with the Elite Four because they are just too powerful of Pokemon trainers. They have bonded too well with their Pokemon, and they are way too good a strategist in order to be taken down by normal people. It takes an alliance of Red, Blue, all of their allies, most of the gym leaders, and Giovanni coming in with the remnants of Team Rocket in order to take them down, to take out 4 people. It takes them going up against basically 15 people in order to be brought down. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention, one of those gym leaders, Blaine, has access to fucking Mewtwo. This is Gen 1 Mewtwo, by the way. This is before the power scaling caught up. So strongest Pokemon in the world at this point. It takes all of that to beat the Elite Four. The reason I love the Pokemon Adventure manga, they will take the world of Pokemon that we know and are comfortable with from the games, and they will take a very dark place with it. Lance nuked a fucking city to prove a point. Lorelei and Agatha jump Red, freeze him solid, and just completely leave him to die. And Lorelei is very cool with doing this to other people. She is sadistic in the manga. Not to mention they brainwash Bruno to get him on their side. These guys are not to be fucked around, and they do not care one bit about humanity. They have seen the worst of humanity and what it has done to the world of Pokemon, so wipe them all out. We do not want them around here. Fuck them. And it is because of their commitment and their level of power that makes them so terrifying. If an entire region has to team up to take 4 people down, that's how you know these 4 people are not to be fucked with. Having the Elite Four as your main enemy team is a concept that I really wish the Pokemon games would use, because that heightens the tension of the story. The guys that you are gunning for are also the guys plotting to take you down. They aren't just mountains that you have to go to in order to fight. They are coming after you and you have to face them inevitably. It's a concept that I really wish they did something with in the X and Y games, because they have an Elite Four member on their lineup in Team Flare. They have Malva there as their head minister of propaganda, basically. That's something that could have worked really well. Somebody who is well known within the region propping this group up. That says something about the group and Lysander as a leader. I have an Elite Four member under my thumb. How do you think you're going to stop me when I have one of the strongest trainers in the region at my side? That heightens tension in the story and really adds more aura that Team Flare honestly did not deserve. The Black and White games also do a really good job of showcasing the Elite Four as powerhouses. As talented as N is as a trainer, as much of a connection as N has with his Pokemon, he still does not feel like he can be a worthy challenge to them and bring about the change that he needs to until he gets access to a legendary Pokemon, one of the most powerful Pokemons in the world. That says something right there. And that makes sense. Marshall was trained by Alder. He was trained by the champion himself. Caitlyn was a former frontier brain in Sinnoh. She has experience in battle and she was a prodigy in a sense. These are people who know what they're doing. These are people who understand Pokemon battles inside and out. If you're not going in with some serious punching power, they are going to ragdoll you. The Unit Elite Four act as a sort of last line of defense against Team Plasma. They are the region's last hope in upholding the values that they have to fight against Team Plasma and what they're representing in their attempts to liberate the world. And I feel like that says a lot about the Elite Four, not just as a symbol of power, but also as a symbol for the region itself. The Alola region also does a phenomenal job at portraying this idea as well, especially when it comes to the Elite Four being symbols of the region and its traditions, because the Alola League, this is a new thing. When Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, this is their first Pokemon League in the Alola region. Instead of just copy and pasting from what we've seen before with the other regions, the Alola League decides to do its own thing, carrying a traditional island culture into it with its system of trials, trial captains, and kahunas over all of it. The kahunas oversee the trials of everyone on the island. Every trainer worth their salt is looked after by the kahunas, as these are the leaders of the nation essentially. The four kahunas are the Elite Four of the region. These are the guys who safeguard the future of the Alola region, not just as being the nation's line of defense when the Ultra Beasts show up and try to cause some trouble, but these guys are also the cultural leaders of Alola. These are the guys who talk directly to the Tapus themselves, the island deities. These are the people carrying the island cultures. These are the people who are guiding the next generation into taking their place and carrying these traditions going forward. The Alola games do such a phenomenal job of showcasing these guys as mentor figures, showing the impact that Kahuna has as Hala and Olivia mentor us throughout the games, and we see Acerola being brought up as the next Kahuna under her uncle. This leads into the final aspect of the Elite Four that I want to talk about, and that is them as a wall to overcome and as an inspiration for trainers coming up. Because the ultimate point of the Elite Four is to be the wall that young trainers have to overcome. If you want to be the champion of the region, you have to surpass these guys. You have to get better, you have to push past your limits and beat them. Karen in Pokemon Gold and Silver is the peak example of that to me. The entire ideology is built around how most people got introduced to Pokemon, picking your favorite monsters and going out there and facing the world. Her entire ideology is inherently built on the bond between trainer and Pokemon, and instilling in the next generation that that's the only thing that matters. That's the thing that will make you strong. That is the thing that will push you forward into being the very best. It's this outlook that just really kind of make Karen stick out a lot to me, especially in comparison to the other Elite Four in the lineup, because when compared to Lance, she feels like a less conventional symbol of strength. Like Lance, he's just raw power. This is a dude that has 3 Dragonites. These are 3 pseudo-legendaries. He's just a traditional symbol of power. But Karen, she's not a traditional wall to overcome like Lance is. She doesn't have a whole bunch of overly powerful Pokemon or pseudo-legendaries or anything like that. She has a team of her favorites. She understands the dark type better than anyone else. So, if you want to beat her, you're going to have to hope your bond with Pokemon is stronger than hers, and you're going to have to understand how your Pokemon work. Because if you're not going in with a strategy, her bond is going to beat you. And it's the fact that after that, she gives us props for that. She respects our bond with our Pokemon and how it overcame hers. Karen, to me, honestly feels like how Shanks did to Luffy in One Piece. Now, what do I mean by this? They're both symbols of power for the next generation to overcome. This is the old guard staking their claim, putting the challenge out there that pushes the next generation forward, but also acting as that inspiration, lifting the next generation up so that they can push the field forward and be better than them. The Elite Four, to me, carries a lot more aura than just the Pokemon League as a whole. Like, you can have your champions, Galar can have its little tournament arcs all the livelong day, but all I don't just want one symbol of power at the top. I don't just want a random battle royal to decide who's the best. I want 4 gatekeepers. I want 4 symbols of power. I want to overcome 4 kings on my way to become the very best. The reason I love the Elite Four so much is because the aura that they have forces all of us to get better than them. I hope y'all enjoyed the video today, folks, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button and hit that sub button down below. And if y'all like this type of rambling nonsense yap sessions, be sure to hit me up down in the comments below and let me know if y'all enjoyed this or not, because I can put these out a lot quicker. So if this seems like the type of videos y'all might like, be sure to let me know down below. But for now, I must bid you all adieu. So goodbye, good night, Sage out.